Okay, video streams up and running. I've got 3 students in person and a great many not online. Where's everybody? I hate that feature. Why is that the default feature? No waiting room. I don't like the waiting room. It's obnoxious. Okay, usually still the checking screen. There we go. Okay. Now we have people come in. Excellent. All right. Good morning, everybody. And good morning to you, one person. Great. Let's start. All right. Who do we have here today? Let's see if I can figure this out. There's different. Money? No. Giselle? No. Emily, Jasmine, Fatima. Okay. Guys, here. Let me guess here. No glasses. Were you here last week? Yeah. Where? You're Eddie. Okay. This is so difficult with the mask, I'll tell you. All right, so no Axel, no Christian. I don't know if we just had Jonathan. Oh. There's one. All right. Okay, so attendance. So, let's have any Wi-Fi issues. Axel finally came in. Okay. Of all my quotes, I think this is probably the best description of our whole process all year. Right? We are definitely going to be improvising, adapting, and overcoming all kinds of obstacles, healthological and technological and such. I did get a hardware upgrade, so hopefully things run a lot smoother now. Of course, I also switched over to Zoom, which means that I hope that goes better, but also a whole other set of challenges because I don't know how to make use of Zoom as well. Which is why the YouTube stream does not have the camera capture, because Zoom is using it. For some reason, Discord was able to share, Zoom does not. So we'll find a way around that. Okay. And then, let's go back to, yep. There we go. All right. Over the weekend, you read up on the mathematical practices, right? And these are like the most general skills we want you to develop in math class, right? It's not a specific, oh, can you find the slope of this line or graph that? No, that's too math specific. Because we're not finding slopes of lines in geometry class, and so all of those will be useless to us. But these we will still be using. In fact, these are the very ones I have on my back wall there. Okay? We are going to understand and persevere. We're going to use logic and reasoning. We're going to justify and critique. We want to model with mathematics, strategically use our tools, attend to precision, utilize structure, and utilize patterns. And we'll especially see a lot of that last one here in geometry. Okay? All of these things come together as part of our problem-solving skills package. Okay? And so what I want you to do, in addition to turning on your camera from home, if you could please. Is I want you to think about these practices in regards to the problem that you solved. So just a reminder on that. Right. You were looking at for this security camera, or looking at the nature of the security camera, right? It did start out here. How many people in the store could it actually see? What percentage of the store then was blocked from view? And where could you put the camera to improve the view? This is, a sample response. Simon says, this is the best place. And he looks at it and you can see he's kind of drawn in his view lines that show us this can be seen, this could not be seen. See almost everywhere. I don't see an answer for question 2 written there, but I guess that'd be one mistake Simon has made, right? 2, yeah. Missing some stuff. Okay. So, on Classroom, there should be a document. Pull that one up here. Do Monday classwork. Where you have a table to go ahead and fill in, just to keep you organized. Right? So for each of the mathematical practices, I want you to first give me a quick summary in your own words based on what you read. Oh, what does that mean again? Is it abstractly and quantitatively? What does that mean to you? Okay? So just a short, maybe one sentence or even less. Okay? Just reinterpret that in your own words. So that'll come from the reading. And then from the problem, right, up here you'll write the security camera coverage problem, or the problem you're analyzing. How do each of these practices come into play? Describe where you see either in the problem itself, in your answer to the problem, could be your thinking about the problem, your completion or not completion of the problem. Okay? Could have to do with the way you've written your answer. Any of these aspects can be included. I'll give you a couple real world examples of the first one. Persevere in solving the problem. Right? The problem had 3 main questions, 1, 2, and 3. Each one got progressively harder. Right? So if you pushed through and you finished the whole thing, you answered question 3, and you felt like you did a satisfactory job. You didn't just write, I don't know, 6, just gonna guess, whatever. Right? Gave it your best effort. That can be perseverance. You got through the end of the problem. Even better, right? A lot of people had some technical troubles over the weekend. Maybe internet wasn't working, I couldn't download the document. Had an issue, saw some issues with the file type. Right? I posted a PDF. To me, that seems the most universal, easy to open. Some people, though, if you try to open a PDF in Google Docs so that you can type into it, it doesn't like that as much. And so people encounter trouble that way. Somebody had an issue where I sent you to a website so that you could just draw on top of the PDF on your computer. Thought that would be convenient. Well, they then couldn't download it afterwards. And so she didn't just give up. It's like, well, that doesn't work. So long, problem, too bad. I'll never be able to report my answer. No, she found a way to work around it. She used screenshots. So she took screenshots of the page from the program with all her work on it and uploaded those. That worked just fine. That was some serious perseverance, and not just solving the problem itself, but the problem of, now how do I share my findings of the problem, right? A bit of a meta-analysis there, but it's all part of the process. So there's several examples of that one. So I want you to do that for the other 7. Feel free to take my example there. Do that for the rest of these. What does it mean to you? How did you find that in the problem? If you don't see it right away, there is attached the sample responses. Right, so maybe you don't see it in your answer. You're like, well, let's see, how about Simon's here, right? Did Simon persevere in solving the problem? Well, not completely. He skipped over question 2, right? There's a couple more on there. Just kind of compare, contrast those answers. See what you can dig up. So that'll be the classwork for today. We're just going to work on that for the rest of the period. I will go ahead and mention the homework while we're here. Back to classroom. So that was Monday classwork. Notice there's a post called Monday Week's Homework. So just like last week, there's still going to be a class period each day. I'm going to do something unique and different because I expect you to tune in and watch it on your off days. And then there will be a classwork assignment that goes along with that. Analysis is the one for the day. Then new this week is a weekly homework. I'm posting it on Monday. It's due, this is a short week for you guys, Wednesday morning. So you have 2 days to do it. You can do it tonight, you can do it tomorrow. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to create one post with all of the items for the week. So on a longer week, there might be a couple things here. Do these problems, take these notes, right? Maybe a couple separate objects. Here's just one. You'll have a whole week to work on it. So it'll be up to you to prioritize and manage your time wisely so you can get that done by the due date. In this case, it's a couple of logic puzzles. Again, playing on those basic thinking skills. Right? I'll walk you through, there's some directions there on if you've never done a grid-based logic puzzle, how best to approach that and organize your information. You'll complete those for Wednesday. questions? There, there, on the classwork, or on the homework? All right, you have the rest of the period to work. All right, we've got about 12 minutes left, so pause where you are and go back to Google Classroom stream page. You should see a new quizzes invite right at the top. So go ahead and use that to join now. Folks on Zoom, you should be able to find this as well on top of Google Classroom. Click that join quizzes invite. Do a real short assessment here. 8 questions, 8 mathematical practices. Can you spot which one is which? And if you were having some trouble with the classwork activity, like, I'm not quite sure. I wish I had another example of this. Well, you get to see some examples of mathematical practices as parts of problem solving in this quiz. So you can look back at your quiz results later today if you need them as a reference. All right. So we've got 8 people in. Those 8 people can go ahead and get started. This is sending to there. I don't think the iPad sends sound. It used to anyway. Let's do that. There. Okay, I will have to work around that if I want to show the in class. Oh, that part is working. 5 minutes left in class. Looks like most people are through the quizzes. Not bad. These are tough, right? These are new ideas, different ways of thinking about things now. This is the fancy teacher term for this is metacognition. Right? That is to say, thinking about your thinking. I'm not asking you to just answer the problem. I'm asking you to think about, well, how am I answering the problem? Why am I answering the problem? Right? All that more in-depth kind of thing. Right? But when you're able to identify these tasks, say, oh, I'm making use of this skill, this is what's going to help me here. Right? Identifying what is useful is itself the first useful thing when tackling any new challenge. Right? Right, so here we're talking able to represent a word problem symbolically, and you're able to create a word problems from an equation. So you're going back and forth between two different representations of information. You're not creating a model, and you're not constructing an argument or critiquing somebody else's argument. Maybe you're making sense of problems, but this is talking about two different representations here. Right? The difference between abstract and quantitative. So I would expect that to be number 2. Well, let me pull up the answer because we're not all done yet. That should be the reasoning, abstract and quantitative. That's what they mean. Can you think in words? Can you think in numbers? Right? Both versions. All right. Then so, as with the syllabus quizzes last week, there will be a retake post. I've just queued it up, so that'll post at the end of the day, so 2:30. And so if you want to improve your score, you can use that, and that will be open for the rest of the week. You can retake that. Be sure to use that link to the retake code. Don't just go back to your quizzes account, because that will put you in a practice mode, then I don't get to actually see your improved score. So use the new link so that it reports your results back to me. Okay. And then that's going to do it. You've got quizzes retake, you've got finished that table of practices, and then there is the homework logic puzzles. Those are due by Wednesday. Quizzes, you can keep going until Friday, so keep that in mind as how to best schedule your time. I think that'll be all. Go ahead and shut down the